Almost everyone on Earth has heard of the television show South Park, but do we know the town's history? My theory is that since the characters' appearances never change as they go, that they're all just ghosts. South Park, Colorado was colonized in the early 1870s. The houses were all made out of wood, like log cabins. Soon in 1879, Dog Poo was born. Dog Poo's favorite activity was rolling around in the dirt with his family pigs. He died in 1892. While lying in mud, one of the pigs sat on him and suffocated him. He still continues to roll in the dirt as his afterlife. Kenny and his family moved to South Park in 1914, when World War I was about to hit full swing. Kenny almost always wore a parka, which ended up being the last result of his death in 1917. Kenny was crossing the street and got struck by a Model T full-body impact. His parka was too tight, so he drowned in the blood that he was coughing up. In the afterlife, he continued to get killed, but since his ghost cannot technically die, he is always revived. In 1925, Clyde was born. A year later, Tweek was born. The two boys were very close friends, if not brothers. The friendship was put into ultimate test in 1933, when the boys were playing in the woods and Clyde got bitten by a fox with rabies. Tweek tried to carry him to the hospital, but at the sound of Clyde's agonizing screams in the air, his leg got stuck in the root and collapsed on the way. Clyde died a painful death by his buddy's side. Afterwards, Tweek became more nervous and he saw ghosts of the deceased kids in town beckoning him. All this was too much until one day in 1936, he hung himself by the ceiling fan. Craig was born a very quiet boy in 1934. He liked to wander around town searching for ghosts, since he was quite fond of the urban legends of the hauntings. He soon found them, and Tweek's ghost lured him into a deep lake, where he ultimately drowned in 1940. In the afterlife, he became enraged by this short existence of Earth plane, and soon became hostile towards others. Cartman and his mother moved to town sometime in 1941. Cartman had far the worst death of all the kids in South Park. While he was sleeping, a cannibal broke out of the insane asylum into town. He stabbed Cartman to death and ate his flesh, bones and internal organs. In the afterlife, Cartman turned into an insulting everyone in order to take his anger out. Wendy and Beebe moved into the town in 1947 after Cartman died. A few weeks later, a terrible snowstorm came up and the two were whisked away. Their current whereabouts are unknown, but their ghosts have been seen lurking. In 1953, Stan and his sister Shelley moved to South Park. Shelley was haunted by all the town's tragedy tied to it. Tweek became progressively nervous. It was only a short while before her and her brother's demise. When she reached the brink of insanity, Stan became increasingly worried about her. His efforts to help a friend had failed, and in 1959, they both died in a car accident when their mom was driving them to school. In the afterlife, Shelley's insane behavior made her angry spirit, and now she had torments Stan to the extent. In 1968, Butters' family moved into Stan's old house. Butters, being the obedient child, always followed the orders of his often controlling parents. This would eventually lead to the cause of his death. In 1974, Butters had heard his dad's voice calling him to get the drill from the garage, but he tripped on his laces and turning the tool on. The drill through his eye socket. Butters died of blood loss on the way to Hell's Pass Hospital. Despite being in the afterlife, his spirit still obeys his non-existent parents' orders. The day Butters died, Kyle and Ike moved to town. Kyle soon caught a rare yet deadly form of the plague after helping a rat escape. He died in 1976. In 1977, Ike died after his dad accidentally dropped him down the stairs, like his skull split in half, killing him instantly. In the summer of 1977, Jimmy moved to South Park. Despite the mental disabilities, he was probably one of the most cheerful people whom have lived in town. Nevertheless, in 1979, Jimmy was diagnosed with muscular dystrophy. This made him lose his ability to walk and from that point on crutches. Later in 1985, he had died after the terminal illness ate his respiratory muscles. Due to all the tragedy tied to the town, it was quarantined by the U.S. military to prevent any future deaths from the innocent adults and children. But who knows? With some occasional new people in town, maybe more deaths are occurring. What's up, my pretties? It's the Lion Queen here. I want to appreciate you all for tuning into this video, and I do appreciate you guys supporting my video by giving this video likes and stuff. If you really enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe if you're new, ring the bell for notifications to when I upload so that way you guys will get updated for whenever I upload. If you want to follow me on Twitter or DeviantArt, feel free to leave a follow on those if you are interested in following me on those socials. If you want to support my backup channel, known as Miss Dark Shigo, feel free to subscribe to it, as a link to that will also be in the About page section. And with that being said, and that being the case, thank you so much for watching, my pretties, and as always, please stay pretty.